I'm just gonna beat break down it again. Bennett. I'm just gonna beat break down it again. Alright, so boom. Back to what I was talking about. Talking about. So this is the original sample. I got it by using a sample from a Drake song. I'm not gonna say what it is because I don't want to go to music jail. We don't got money for that. We don't got money, period. So definitely not for music jail. This is what I sampled from the Drake song. You probably recognize those chords. I put bird textures on top to make it sound natural and cute. I put this on it. These are my actual vocals. I don't know. I just felt like they fit. They made it feel nice. They made it feel nice. You could tell. You could tell they're my vocals because they sound horrific. Octave down, did the same thing. And that's really the whole loop. What I did after that is I put some effects on it. I put shaper box on it. I put a wavy filter on it to give it that in and out feel, to make it feel lively. I did that for only the chords though. I'm gonna show you what I did for everything else. Oh, and I pitched this up too, so this is the bird sound. I didn't put any effects on that. I bounced it out to this bus. Remember bus 10 because I'm gonna explain the effects that I put on there too. For the vocals, all I did was EQ and pan. The deep vocals one direction, the high vocals another direction. There's another vibe, two piece with a legend dice. And then on top of that, I added a little top melody. I added this. Simple keys, and I added a bunch of effects on it. I EQ'd out a little bit. Chorus, flanger, portal. Portal's a go-to to make any kind of weird monkey sound. And it's just a top melody to give it more character on the top. Bust out to bus 10. On here, I have a shaper box, a time preset. Alright, so basically, all the main melody parts from the loop at least, I ended up bouncing out to bus 10. On bus 10, I put a shaper box preset, time preset, that basically just adds more motion to the loop. So it just adds more energy and effect. It's really just a gross beat on top of something, but it is what it is. And add that weird top melody on top. Now for the drums. That's really the whole melody. All this other stuff is just effects to make the beat more lively as it goes through. I'll go over that too. Now we talked about the editing. Now we talked about the drums. I went for a drill style thing, which is kind of the sound I'm fucking with right now. Melodies with a lot of motion on top of soft, Afrobeat, drill beat type drums. I'm gonna go over each drum one by one. I think they all still have their effects and mixing on it. I didn't put any crazy effects on it. I just mixed out each drum. I use rims in place of hi-hats because it makes the beat feel much smoother and more Afrobeat vibey, if that even makes sense. But just listen to this. Yeah, it's nothing crazy with the rim shots. I use them in lieu of hi-hats, like I said. It makes it feel more smooth, easy to digest, and less drilly and aggressive in the murder. Now we got the snaps. I use snaps instead of snares, at least initially, because like I said, I was going for the softer type of vibe. That's really it. It's gonna sound like it doesn't fit, but that's just because it fits in with its dead space. I'll go over the snare pattern right now. Like I said, another thing that's an accent kind of sound. It's not meant to stand up on its own. Then I actually do have hi-hats, but this is only for like a little embellish, just to give the beat a little more life. And it sits in the high end, it just a little. It's like a little pizzazz on top. Nothing too crazy though. I play all the drums excluding the 808 together, so now you hear how they all work in unison. So now you can feel that. And then here's the 808 pattern. It's kind of like a clubby vibe, and it just fits with the rims. That's really it. I also have a second 808 pattern. That's all the drums, and I can literally just play the whole beat together. And I'll explain arrangement. I wanted you to at least hear the sample in the beginning. So I have the chords just alone for the first 8 bars. Then I have the bird texture come in to give it a feel of atmosphere. But that also comes in with the rim shots, which, like I said, are soft. And then after 4 bars, we have the vocals come in. Then the drop, obviously, like I said, I have the vocals come in, the rim shots are still going on, I have my tag come in. Also, halfway through the last bar, I cut out chords and the bird sounds to make the drum hit the ending hit harder. So just listen to that, pay attention to how it feels. And the wind down is from Gross Beat. It just goes, but that just gives more effect to the drop, makes the tag even hit. That's one thing about tags. You gotta make sure your tag hits. If you got an ass tag, I love you, Banana Man, nobody wants to hear that. Oh my gosh, look at all those leaves. Nobody wants to hear that. You gotta have a fire tag that is recognizable, fits in any type of beat. And it just fits. And obviously you can do what you know, this is not my straight up tag. Like, I reversed it, had it come in, then I had the whole tag play, then I had it happen again, and I cut it short, so you don't even hear the end of the tag. But it just sounds real good with the beat. So just make sure you're paying attention to small little details like that, just to make stuff feel better in general. But like I said, to have a good producer tag, it has to be memorable, it has to be smooth on the ears, it has to be able to sit in any context. Actually, just gotta hit, bro. It just gotta hit, like. If your shit's not doing none of that, go back to the drawing board. Stop getting your ex-girlfriends or your sisters or your moms to do your producer tags, bro. I think we're done with that. That was like 2016, bro. It's been a lot of years since then. But yeah, the beat drops in, then you have the beat play on for quite a minute. I have a few beat cuts just to make stuff hit better, like right here. Right here, I have it cut out for the snare, make room for the snare. That's the first time you even hear that, but it's gonna stick in your head now because everything else cut out. After that, I have the top melody come back in. The snaps come out, just a little more room. And it's still going. I have another beat cut, listen to this. And that's really, I just want the 808s to hit right here. And what this is right here, some more slaps. If you want to cut something out, right, but you have a bunch of effects on the sound or whatever, like I only want the 808 to sound. But here you can hear that the reverb from the melody is still playing. Like, listen. You can slightly hear it, but there's still a lot of all that hoopla playing. What you can do is, on whatever melody you want to cut out, put an EQ, high pass it all the way to hell, and put an automation clip, and have that EQ only activate on the parts where you want it to be dead silent. Listen how that hits now. It just makes it hit a little bit harder. I did the same thing over here to cut out all the melodies just for the snare to hit, so it hits with power. And then again. And that just makes smaller things hit a lot more. And it's not like I'm adding more and cluttering it. So it's better to really subtract more than add. It's better to carve and sculpt as opposed to throw and paint and build on top of, you know what I mean? Because if you build on top of shit, you got shit. Must be real. The verse, pretty short verse. I'm not gonna lie, I got lazy around the verse time. I really just jagged in the chords and then the second 808 pattern that I made. And then just have snaps going on. But I did throw on a Gross Beat. And I used the same automation clip type of thing that I was telling y'all about before. And this Gross Beat is pretty simple. It's just a little, I don't even know how to describe this. It's the basic 11 preset. It just listen. It just, yeah, it repeats at the end. On the last bar, it just loops it. I play the whole thing through and through. It's not complicated. It's a pretty simple verse. Just the Gross Beat to make stuff hit a little bit harder. Not too much though. You don't want to do too much stuff. Come on, gang. Another thing. I'm gonna show y'all something. So here, the 808 switch, right? And when they do switch, since it's two different sounds, they're both playing at the same time. The leftover from the Nike 808 is clashing with the Spins 808, and that creates a crazy weird distortion that just isn't what you want. And you hear how it clips and all that other hoopla. So what you can do is add something called a ghost note, which is basically you add a note with a 0 velocity, and what that does is it plays whatever sound or sample you got. It plays that, but at a 0 velocity. So it plays it activates the note, but no sound comes through, which allows anything else that shares the same frequencies, like another 808, to play and not clash with the original 808. And that gives you this instead of what it was before. So it's a much smoother transition, and you don't gotta worry about clipping and distorting. And now it's smooth as fuck. And this is really just a repeat of this. And the outro is just hoopla. It's just the chords kind of mixed up a little bit, and then the top melody. And that's literally the whole beat. It's really not complicated. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I'm going to go over all the little tips and tricks that I showed. I'm probably going to make reels out of them, or go over them more in depth in other videos. They're definitely going to make their way back in other videos. So yeah, that's really dead it. Hail the market, hail Connie. I don't even know, how do I